Good evening to the fans of the Wichita Falls Wildcats and the Topeka RoadRunners. Welcome to the K. Yeager Coliseum in Wichita Falls, Texas. I'm Alex Von Coitel bringing you Wildcats hockey presented by Armored Roofing. It has been 62 days since these teams last met, and it ended in a commanding 6-2 victory for the Wildcats, who responded to the prior night's 4-3 defeat, a game in which they coughed up an early 2-0 lead and lost to the RoadRunners. It was also the first game played in the 2015-16 season, and one of just two games the Wildcats would lose in regulation thus far. The only other instance came exactly 1 week ago in Amarillo at the hands of the Bulls, which was perhaps the worst game of hockey the Cats have played all season, but they bounced back the following night like good teams do, defeated the Bulls 4-2, and here they are at the KYC, where they have yet to lose this season. As for the Topeka RoadRunners, well, they're about as middle of the pack as you can be. 10-10 record overall, 6-6 at home, 4-4 on the road. Their goals for, goals against ratio is nearly identical. But to be fair, they have played some very worthy adversaries. Wichita Falls, Janesville, New Jersey, Odessa, Lone Star, Springfield, all teams with winning records so far this season. Their competition has been tough, and they're already a third of the way through their season. You can bet they are just about in mid-season form right now. But can their battle-tested players fight off the red-hot Wichita Falls Wildcats, who have torn it up in all areas this season? The Wildcats' point percentage, second in the league. Their power play, second in the league. Their penalty kills, second in the league. Their home record, best in the league at 7-0. Can the Runners snap the Cats out of their hot start to the 2015-16 season? We'll find out. Wildcats RoadRunners coming your way next. Well, a heartfelt stick tap extended to the way of that man, John Wilson, known around here as Big John. He has spent the last few weeks battling cancer, and our thoughts and prayers go with him. Very good and very heartwarming to have him back at the KYC and singing the national anthem here to the Wildcats faithful. We're on Freaky Friday night, $5 ticket night, and now we await honorary puck drop, which will take place to the circle to the right of Justin Kappelmaster, and it will feature Austin Albrecht as well as Cam Strong. The puck dropper tonight was Larry Kerr. There you have it. Now for the starting lineups, brought to you by Pelicans. For the Topeka RoadRunners, starting at center will be the Japanese centerman Yuhiko Saka. The veteran will be flanked by Dom Lutz on the left side and J.B. Baker, the alternate captain for the Topeka RoadRunners, on the right. On defense for Topeka, the O'Connors, Ryan and John, will be at left and right defense, respectively. And in net, playing his first game this season, Juho Nico out of Habavesi, Finland. He will be countered by Justin Kappelmaster on the other side. Starting for the Wichita Falls Wildcats at center, Nick Rosa. He's flanked by Austin Albrecht and Johnny Lazarus. Michael Rounds and Jeff Baum on defense. The puck drops and we're underway here at the KYC for the 6th game of the season that will be played here on home ice for the Wildcats, and the Topeka RoadRunners dump it in early. Nick Rosa is back behind his own net, battling for the loose puck. Finally comes free. Michael Rounds advancing it. Rosa one-handed it up to Albrecht on his offside. Tried to play it back down into the corner. Michael Rounds advancing it on a D-to-D pass for Jeff Baum. Lazarus got it to Albrecht, or Rosa rather, who chipped it into the RoadRunner zone, and the puck has just been played on an offside, so we get our first whistle of the game. The first period of Wildcats hockey is brought to you by American Classifieds. Zone face-off is won by Adam Goodsir, who is on a line with Austin Bolio tonight for the first time this season, as well as Nikita Litviak. Has a healthy scratch. Goodsir's normal line mate, Ben Lown, will not be playing. Here's Litviak across for Bolio on the left wing side. Backhands one in behind the net towards Litviak's corner, but it was taken instead by Sean Brennan. The RoadRunners fail to clear. Held in Bolio, skates in, shoots, just missed the net. That one had some mustard on it, but it just missed wide. Bolio took a hit to make a play. He shoved Maver off the puck, and Litviak's shot is into the glove of the netminder Niku, who's got his first save of the night. Healthy scratches tonight for the Wichita Falls Wildcats. Ben Lown, for the first time, will not be playing tonight. Also Holden Cronin and Demantis Sipus, a couple of blue liners, are healthy scratches as well. As for the Topeka RoadRunners, Jack DiMatteo, Tristan Fulton, Brady Jones. Scratches for the team dressed in blue and going from left to right on your screen. Meanwhile, Justin Kappelmaster is out behind his own net, plays the puck around the boards, held in at the point, guided towards the middle. It's chopped free. Kappelmaster banks it off the half boards. A long shot, missed the net. Off the back wall. Bowery played it towards the corner where Yeager pins up his man in Marcus Russell. Good to see Yeager back on the ice for the Wildcats. He missed a few games with an upper body injury. He is back and fully functional for the Wildcats. Yeager on the season has 2 goals and 3 assists. Dozen games played. Here's a sharp shot from Poikla that was steered aside. Rounds his shot, blocked. Loose puck corralled by Bowery, who's at the end of a shift, so he will just gain the red line, dump it in, and go for a much-needed line change. Justin Kappelmaster behind his own net. Played it around the corner boards. Garrett Van Wy awaiting the puck. Tried to advance it for Poikla. He did so, and Poikla sent one errantly off the far half wall, but Baum scoops it up. Baum gets it as far as the far corner. Jennings of Buford, Georgia, also doing extremely well for the Topeka RoadRunners this season with 14 points. Turned over to Rosa. His shot, pad save by Niku. Rolls into the corner. Rosa battles for it, knocks it loose, but to the wrong guy, and John O'Connor, who gains the red line and dumps it back into the Wildcat zone. Justin Kappelmaster, Wildcats goaltender, who has been one of the top goalies in the North American Hockey League this season. An impressive 8-1-1 record. His last 2 games, however, have been losses. One was in overtime and the other was in regulation against the Amarillo Bulls last Friday night. Nevertheless, he's had outstanding numbers, a .933 save percentage and a 1.7 goals against average. That's extremely happy to have that guy guarding the pipes for them. Neutral zone turnover, and it looks like upcoming here. The referee tonight, Michael Zalkman, signaling there was a trip, and I believe it's going to be against the Wildcats. So for the first time tonight, there will be a power play, and it will belong to the Topeka RoadRunners. The Wildcats penalty box is open, and Nick Rosa skating to it, so he must be the guilty party. Nick Rosa, 2 minutes for tripping. The Wildcats penalty killing unit, unbelievable thus far, 91.3%. Power play, however, has also been respectable. 18.2%, 7th in the North American Hockey League, countered by the Wildcats in their second place penalty kill. Is won by the Runners, held in at the near point by O'Connor. He tried to play it towards the corner for Fornaris, picked off in the neutral zone by Hiko Saka, who fed it to nobody in particular, but the Roadrunners advance it into the Wildcat zone regardless as Litviak turns on a dime and hooks one out to center and beyond. John O'Connor having to hustle after it. Austin Beaulieu is going to beat him to it. He's taken into the boards. Beaulieu doesn't really have anywhere to go, so puck is turned over. Yuhiko Saka's got it. Saka stretches one down the left wing side. John O'Connor lost a handle on the puck, and Goodser's got plenty of time to clear it all the way down. On net, Nico plays it. Here's Tyler Hayes. Undoubtedly the top defenseman on this Topeka RoadRunners squad. He has been excellent this season. 11 points in 19 games. Here's a shot, stick save, Kappelmaster. Puck rolls into the corner. Jennings fell on it. Baum trying to clear. Looks like Jennings is in some discomfort here as he skates without his stick back to his bench. The Wildcats have once again cleared the puck all the way down. 55 seconds remain on the Nick Rosa tripping minor. Tyler Hayes will skate the puck from in behind his own net. Give it to the near half boards. Lutz, who mishandled it. Cam Strong in possession now, turning with it. Carlos Fornaris trickles one ahead. It could be a 2-on-1. Here's Lutz moving in, tries to shoot. Goes wide out the far side. Cam Strong picks it up, far corner, looks to the middle, centers, bounced off the stick of Bowery, guided back to the far point. Hayes fakes the shot, returns for Bowery. Bowery across the ice, lets down low for Fornaris, shot, blocked. Good block by Dalton, who has just cleared the puck, and Rosa is now standing with a quarter of a minute remaining on his penalty. Wildcats have once again demonstrated why they are the second best penalty killing unit in the North American Hockey League with selfless plays like that. Made by Dalton, Litviak, Goodser, and others on that penalty kill. Jennings swings it to the near side for Fornaris, who had it go right between his skates. And Rose is out of the box, and the Cats have officially killed off the first penalty of the night as a long shot is soaked up by Kappelmaster. He's just going to hold on and take a defensive zone draw, so we get a whistle stopping play. 14 minutes and 25 seconds remain here in period one. No score in our game. Shots on goal favoring the Cats 3-2. To the near half wall. Ryan Hutchinson, the native of Chicago, Illinois, keeps the puck in and guides it towards the goal line. Baum intercepting and skating it back the other direction. Floats it down into the Topeka zone. Lazarus guns it down, takes a shot through the net mouth. Rounds holds it in near point. Rounds takes a shot through traffic that went off a stick and bounced up over the net. Jeff Baum pinches in. Guides it in behind the goal. Rosa knocks it loose. A shot, they score! Austin Albrecht fired it bar down off a beautiful pass from Nick Rosa, and it's 1-0 Cats. That is the Whataburger first goal of the game. Loose puck corralled by Poikala. His shot blocked down in front, and the second opportunity missed the net. Kept in near point, swung to the far point. Dalton through traffic, shot redirected on goal by Reisinger and covered up at the net mouth by the goaltender Niku. In his first game in the North American Hockey League, would not want this to be my first test if I was coming into this league. The Wildcats have been red hot. They've won all but 4 of their games this season, and 2 of those came in overtime of those defeats. They've got the second best goal differential in the North American Hockey League, also towards the top of the NAHL in shots per game. So, worthy test for this young goaltender out of Finland. Finland, of course, country that has been known over the years to develop some of the better goaltenders. Arguably the best goaltending producing country that I can think of. Some of the best National Hockey League goalies have come out of Finland. Tuukka Rask, Pekka Rinne, Kari Lehtinen, Antti Niemi, and several others. They're doing something right over there with their goaltending prospects. That much is for certain. Niku now 4 for 5 on the night. Here's a chance for Strong moving in. Lost a handle on the puck when he tried to switch to his backhand as Russell advancing it for Bolio now. His pass wasn't a very good one. Litviak collides with the other number 25 and Maver, scooped up by Bolio, whose shot is blocked by Brennan. Rolls into the corner, knocked back to the point. Could not be kept in there by Gilreath, so Russell will have to go in his stead and pick up the loose puck. Reverses it for Gilreath. Gilreath has a look, tried to sidestep Maver there. Knocked it free for Russell. Advances it for Paisan. Paisan down the left wing side, which would normally be his off wing. Tonight it's his on wing. He is on the left side with Eric Yeager and Ryan Burnett. So a new line for Coach LaFontaine and the Wildcats. Preston tried to knock it past Baum. No luck with that. Fornaris. Over. Paisan's got it, protects it well as he so often does, but he lost it eventually to Maver, who dumps it in. The veteran will go for a line change as Andre Paisan backhands one towards Jeff Baum. Baum's rink-wide pass bounced off Yeager's tape. As he and his line mates will complete the offensive line change. 11.5 minutes remain here in period one, brought to you by American Classifieds. 1-0 your score in favor of the Wichita Falls Wildcats. The lone goal coming off the stick of number 27 in white, Austin Albrecht, whose scoring streak continues, and he leads all Wildcats in points with 19 on the year. The only guy who's really even close to him is Ben Lown with 15, and he's not playing tonight. Johnny Lazarus tried to drop it off. Nick Rosa picks it up far point, tried to play it in behind. Puck bounces into the air. Preston couldn't clear. Albrecht has it. Far corner, tried to center. Ends up on Lazarus's tape now behind the net. Works it around the boards. Hines keeps it in, takes a shot. It goes through the blue paint and wide. Held in, says the linesman, by Dalton, whose shot is sticked away by the goaltender Niku. Corralled by Lazarus, guided onto the back. Rosa redirected the shot from Hines, and it was stopped alertly by Niku. But a good deflection by Rosa. He put it across from the skate to the stick, and a shot is stopped again by Niku. Harper just able to get it over the blue line and out to center. Boy, a couple of great early shifts by the Wildcats' most dominant line of late, the Rosa-Albrecht-Lazarus line. Nick Rosa, the hard-working, well-spoken young man out of Birmingham, Michigan, centering two Wildcats veterans. Here's Garrett Van Wy cutting into the slot and taking a shot that was blocked by a diving Cameras out in front. Van Wy scoops it up once more. Rourke Russell near point takes a shot through traffic, nearly redirected into the net by Van Wy. Instead comes out to Gilreath, who swung it D-to-D, couldn't be handled by Russell at the near point. Retreats out to center ice. Gilreath. Van Wy on his off wing had to turn away from a check, and the Roadrunners bank it out to center and beyond. Here's a sharp angle bid that was stopped easily by Kappelmaster. Reisinger gains the blue line. And it looks like the puck has just gone out of play, so we get a whistle, stopping play, with 9 minutes and 22 seconds remaining here in period one. The Wildcats hold a 1-0 lead over the Topeka RoadRunners off an Austin Albrecht snipe. They're now doubling the Roadrunners in shots, 6-3. Take the offensive zone draw. Jeff Baum picks it up. The defenseman pinches into the play, goes behind the runner's net, tried to center. It was knocked away there by Hayes. Picked up again by Baum, whose shot is redirected wide by Goodsir. Litviak collides in the far corner with John O'Connor. Jarred loose. Jeff Baum's shot just missed the net on the short side. Rounds pinches in. Rounds lost a handle on it. Hayes has it now. Tyler Hayes banks it off the glass and into the Roadrunners bench, so we get a whistle stopping play and an offensive zone face-off for the Wildcats upcoming here. will play the puck out to Jeff Baum. Off the glass, knocked down by Fornaris. He has to turn. Litviak tries to pin him to the boards, but Fornaris advances it for Strong, who had his stick checked there by Eric Yeager, who made a good defensive play. Litviak, or Bolio rather, rounds in across the line, sets up Yeager, who slid it across the goal mouth. Bolio collides there with Maver, who gets it back now, and he will skate it back the other direction. Maver, the native of Ljubljana, Slovenia. A lot of Slovenian hockey players. There is one who stands out among all of them, Andrzej Kopitar on the Los Angeles Kings, an extremely talented player for Los Angeles. 2 Stanley Cups to his name. But Slovenian hockey has certainly been growing over the course of the last few years, and it's in large part thanks to that man, Andrzej Kopitar, brother and his father, who was the coach of the Slovenian national team during the Olympics last season. Puck was nearly played on a delayed offside, but the Roadrunners decided otherwise. Hines now battling for it in neutral ice. It's advanced towards Ryan Burnett, who got it onto Dalton's tape. He awkwardly cleared the puck into the offensive zone, but he did so nonetheless. Albrecht advancing it towards the opposite corner. Hart has to turn. Rosa battles for it with Hart. A 6-man scrum ensuing, and it favors the Roadrunners 4-2. As a result of their advantage, they have won the puck battle. Bounces out into center ice. J.B. Baker dropped it off for Lutz, whose backhander missed the net, and we've got a delayed penalty upcoming, and I believe this is going to be against the Roadrunners this time. It looks like the call will be a cross-check. Lutz heading to the Topeka sin bin, and the second best power play unit in the North American Hockey League will go to work here in just a few seconds. Poikla, Andre Paisan, Austin Bolio, Eric Yeager, and Jacob Dalton taking the ice for the Wichita Falls Wildcats. Countered by Andrew Hart, Sean Brennan, Quinn Preston, and John O'Connor. Ryan Hutchinson, rather, for the Roadrunners, and Hutchinson guides it just over the glove of an outstretched Dalton, so Bolio is back to play the puck in his own zone. Bolio through center ice, advances it for Poikala. Kick towards the corner. Sent ahead but not out. Held in Dalton, dropped off Bolio. He shot through traffic, redirected just wide. Didn't miss by more than 2 inches. And the Roadrunners are able to fire the puck all the way down. Kapelmaster plays it. Austin Bolio down the left wing side. Cuts through the middle. Paisan nearly caught offside, but he just held the line at the last second. Knocked off the puck, and the Roadrunners have once more been able to clear all the way down, and now the second power play unit will get to work. Exactly 1 of the 2 minutes have gone by for the Wildcats as Lazarus advances it for Reisinger. It wasn't quite in his wheelhouse, so he couldn't corral it, and as a result, it was turned over and fired all the way back down into the Wildcat zone. 3/4 of a minute remain. Austin Albrecht, left wing side, skates it over the logo and gains the blue line. Albrecht drops it off. Litviak does as well. Jeff Baum with tons of room takes the shot, redirected wide, picked up by Ryan O'Connor. Shot all the way down. And again, the Roadrunners are able to clear. Perhaps one last rush here on this Jim Arnold collision power play for the Wildcats. Jeff Baum has a look. Albrecht sent to the right wing side. Lazarus has Reisinger. Lazarus holds. He waits. Drops off for Litviak. Toe drag. Shoots. He missed up high. Rattled off the glass. Kept in near point. Baum. Towards the corner now in behind the net. Albrecht has a look. Albrecht, will he go to Reisinger? Yes, he will. Reisinger shoots. Saved with the mask of Niku. He hangs on. It looks like the Jim Arnold collision power play will fall to 0 for 1 on the night as Luka Maver is standing eagerly in the Topeka penalty box. center, and here comes Quinn Preston down his off wing, takes the shot, fought off by the shoulder of Kapelmaster, and it goes out of play. His fourth save of the night. That's out shooting the Roadrunners 8-4 and outscoring them 1-0. Under 5 minutes remaining in period 1. Alexi Poikla will take the face-off against Matt Jennings, but Jennings has just been kicked, so now it will be Andrew Hart instead. It's won by Poikla, picked up by Gilraith. Gilraith gets it ahead for Van Wy. Backhanded into the Roadrunner zone and shot the other direction. Gilraith chipped it right back out to center, and the Roadrunners fired into the Wildcat zone again. Preston is hit hard, and that's going to be a penalty against the Wildcats. A long slap shot missed the net there from Hutchinson. Picked up by his defensive partner, Sean Brennan, and the puck ends up in the net. That's going to count. The goaltender had been pulled. It was a delayed penalty. And that's going to be a goal for the Wildcats. It's going to go to Ryan Burnett, his third of the year. I didn't quite see what happened there, but there was no goaltender in the net, and now Cam Strong out at center ice pleading his case with the referee, Michael Zalkman. He believes that a Wildcat touched that puck. Unfortunately, I did not see what happened. My eyes were elsewhere. That's not a play you see every day. It's happened a few times. But goals like that are very few and far between. There was no goaltender in the net for the Topeka Roadrunners because it was a delayed penalty. And if the Wildcats would have so much as touched the puck, the whistle would have blown. So that puck had to have been fired into the Roadrunners' empty net by a Roadrunners player unintentionally. Nevertheless, the Cats lead 2-0 despite the argument by Cam Strong. And the Roadrunners have to try to put that hiccup behind them as they go to work on their second man advantage of the night, and the Cats have their second chance on the Parkway Grill penalty kill. O'Connor shot it off a stick, and it's redirected into the Wildcat zone as Kapelmaster played it around the corner boards. Hiko Saka behind the net for Luka Mava. Returns for Hiko Saka, who couldn't stuff it home. Fornaris jumps in. Strong back to the point. O'Connor's drive blocked by Dalton. Chipped up the half boards, and Goodsir is able to clear. Tyler Hayes being pursued by Nikita Litviak. Hayes with great speed, gains the blue line, tries to take it wide on Baum, takes the shot, stopped by Kapelmaster, and again, another clear for the Wildcats. They've killed off more than half of their second penalty here of the night. 48 seconds remain on the Russell penalty. Tyler Hayes again leading the rush for Topeka. This time he just guides it softly into the corner. First to it there is Cam Strong. Tried to wrap it back around the boards for Hayes. The Roadrunners end up with it. Hayes gave it away, and the chip pass just missed Reisinger from Litviak. He would have had a breakaway, and Litviak looked skyward after he missed that opportunity. Behind the Wildcats' net. Fires one down the right wing side for Andre Paisan. Puts on the brakes and shoots. It goes through the blue paint and wide. Puck advanced towards the blue line, but not out. Paisan holds it in once more. Behind the net, it's left there by Niku. Yeager advanced it the other direction for Paisan, and the Wildcats have done it. They're now 2 for 2 on the Parkway Grill penalty kill. Here come the Roadrunners. Carlos Fornaris lost a handle on the puck. Gilraith with his head up, advancing it out to center, just missing the outstretched stick of Andre Paisan. Fornaris tied up by Gilraith, who collided with his own man in Paisan, and the puck is fired into the opposite corner and played behind the Wildcats net by Kapelmaster. Here's Dalton now. Dalton for Eric Yeager. with some great speed down the right wing side. Yeager takes it in behind the net, tries a wraparound. He sent it into the middle, and Burnett couldn't pull the trigger. He had his stick lifted. Skates it the other direction and dumps it into the Wildcats' corner. Rounds rides him into the boards. Picked up by Eric Yeager behind his own goal. Yeager holds. Rounds coughed it up. And he's run into there, fell down. Long wrist shot from the right point, stopped easily by Kappelmaster, rolls harmlessly into the corner, and the Roadrunners will make a line change as the Wildcats gain the blue line. Austin Albrecht ran into some traffic, and he turned it over. Marshall Bowery dumps it in behind the Wildcats net, goes around the boards. Albrecht shoots it wide off the sideboards. Lazarus has it and tried to pull and shoot, but it was knocked off his stick there by Seth Camerson. Here comes Quinn Preston. Preston drops it off beautifully. Here's a shot, missed up high. Preston guides it back to the right point. Hutchinson's shot redirected by Hart. Hart falls down and brings Russell with him. Russell wraps it around the boards. Van Wise sealed off the play there by Quinn Preston. Up in the slot, and the Wildcats will easily clear this puck. Garrett Van Wy lost a handle on it in the neutral zone. Was Lazarus. Here's Preston. Onside, say the linesman. Russell has it behind his own net now. And that's going to just about do it for period one period of play has gone by. 2-0 is the score in favor of the Wildcats. Shots on goal favoring the Cats, 9-6. The goals coming off the sticks of Austin Albrecht and Ryan Burnett. Well, the second one didn't really come off of Ryan Burnett's stick. It was actually off of a Roadrunner's stick. Friendly fire. We'll go to our first intermission here at the KYC. In just a few short moments, we're going to be playing back a pre-recorded interview from the Wildcats' assistant coach, and his first season with the Wildcats this year, Josh Nelson. So stay tuned for that, and we'll be bringing you that and more in just a few minutes. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the K. Yeager Coliseum. We hope you enjoyed that first period intermission interview with the Wildcats' new assistant coach, Josh Nelson, a former defenseman in this league. Former assistant coach at Shattuck St. Mary's High School, a very well-respected program up there in Minnesota. Always develops some of the better young up-and-coming hockey prospects in the nation. Of course, some of the best National Hockey League players coming through the high school program at Shattuck St. Mary's. Jonathan Taves, Zach Parise, Sidney Crosby, and others. Wildcats are obviously very thrilled to have Josh Nelson aboard, and the results have showed they've improved in a lot of areas this season that could have been considered weaknesses last season. The goals against have improved. The shorthanded play has gone up exponentially with the addition of Nelson. And several other areas have improved as well. Meanwhile, throughout the North American Hockey League, a few other South Divisional matchups are in order for us tonight. The Topeka RoadRunners are here, of course. The Corpus Christi Ice Rays are in Odessa playing the Jackalopes, who now hold a 1-0 lead over the Rays. The Jackalopes still in that 4th place spot behind Topeka in the South Division standings. However, they have played 7 fewer games than the RoadRunners, so have plenty of time to make up for those lost points. And the Odessa Jackalopes are a team that has improved immensely this season. They were really in the cellar of the North American Hockey League for the majority of the 2014-15 campaign, and this year has been a whole different story. They are 7-5-1 and have taken down some pretty tough opponents. So kudos to the Jackalopes and their improvement over the offseason. We look forward to playing them. The Wildcats take on the Jacks next Tuesday in Odessa, the first Tuesday game this season. So we look forward to that. And the Lone Star Amarillo game has gotten underway as well. The Amarillo Bulls overflowing with newly gained confidence after having defeated the Wichita Falls Wildcats in convincing fashion last Friday night, exactly 1 week ago, as they were powered by their Swedish phenomenal goaltender Anton Martinsson, who paved the way to a 4-1 Bulls victory over the Wildcats. They were, however, answered the following night. Like good teams do, the Wildcats responded and defeated the Bulls by a score of 4-2. Brahmas, of course, always a worthy adversary, especially at the Nitec Sports Center, where they're playing right now, midway through period 1. Going out east, the New Jersey Titans are in Aston, Pennsylvania, playing the Rebels. After 2 periods of play there, they remain scoreless. The Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knights have a 4-0 lead over the Johnstown Tomahawks, so good to see Wilkes-Barre improving, a new team in the North American Hockey League. They struggled right out of the gates, but have together 5 wins this season in what seems to be a pretty quick amount of time. So congratulations to the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knights on getting their season somewhat turned around here in the early going. Always good to see a new team come into the league and fight through its inevitable struggles that it will face and rack up some points and wins. So they're up 4-0 against the Johnstown Tomahawks, a very worthy opponent after 2 periods of play. The Springfield Junior Blues, who have become a very strong opponent and have become an even stronger rival of the Topeka RoadRunners. They've already played each other 6 times this season, and the Blues have a 2-1 lead over the Minnesota Wilderness, the defending Robertson Cup champions, out in Springfield, Illinois. That game taking place right now at the Nelson Center in Illinois' capital. Again, 2-1 the score as they near the end of period 1. Up in South Dakota, the Aberdeen Wings hosting the Minot Minotauros. They lead Minot by a score of 2-0. The Toros have had, or another team who have had an excellent season. Greatly in the standings. They lost their first 3 games of the year, the first 2 coming in overtime at the hands of the Brookings Blizzard, the next coming at the hands of the Wichita Falls Wildcats. In day 1 of the showcase, they would win their next 9 straight games en route to what is now one of the best records in the North American Hockey League. They sit firmly in first place in the Central Division with an 11-4-2 record and 24 points defeated right now by the Aberdeen Wings, who are 5-8-2. They have struggled a bit, but are still in the running for things in the Central Division, which is probably the tightest of all the divisions in the NAHL right now. That game has just entered its first intermission. The Bismarck Bobcats are all knotted up with the Austin Bruins, the Robertson Cup runners-up. At the VFW Sports Center in Bismarck, North Dakota. Bismarck as period 1 nears its end. In South Dakota, the Brookings Blizzard are hosting the Minnesota Magicians about midway through period 1. That game all deadlocked at 0, about 8 minutes in. And the Janesville Jets are in Alaska, playing the Fairbanks Ice Dogs tonight. That game coming your way much, much later, 7:30 p.m. Alaska time, as well as the Kenai River game. The Brown Bears host the Coulee Region Chill, 4 hours south of Fairbanks in Kenai, Alaska. So those games coming your way in a few hours. Meanwhile, back at the KYC, we're just 2 minutes away from puck drop and second period action, brought to you by American Classifieds. The Wildcats lead 2-0, and we'll be back to bring you all that and more in just about a minute. Action is over, another begins. Second period hockey brought to you by American Classifieds is underway, and Nick Rosa's line is out there, and he has won the first faceoff of period 2. Austin Albrecht on your screen now in possession of the puck, skates it across his own blue line and gaining the red line now. Advances into the Roadrunner zone, but just barely. Bowery gets it back towards the Wildcats blue line. Advanced from Lazarus to Albrecht. He was handcuffed by the pass, courtesy of John O'Connor. Ryan O'Connor advancing at the other direction. Loose puck picked up by Lazarus, who's in. Backhander. He was hooked. Couldn't pull the trigger. A penalty will be called against the Roadrunners, and they'll be lucky if that's not a penalty shot. That would have been Sure goal. Johnny Lazarus was in the clear. He had all the time in the world to put the puck past who was well out of position after having been deked out of it by Johnny Lazarus, but he was hooked by John O'Connor out of Moorhead, Minnesota. Wildcats, for the second time tonight, go to work on the Jim Arnold collision power play. They failed to convert on their first try. The Roadrunners did an excellent job killing that penalty and clearing the puck down. So Reisinger swings it to the outside. Albrecht returns. Reisinger holds. He shoots. Blocked by Hayes. Backhanded off the corner boards, and the net has been dislodged. So we get a whistle. Stopping play. Reisinger on the right side, Austin Albrecht in the shooting hole, Litviak on the left, and Jeff Baum at the blue line awaiting the puck. Meanwhile, Yuhiko Saka lines up across from him and wins the faceoff as Cam Strong clears it all the way down off the backboards, and Kappelmaster leaves it there for Jeff Baum. Here's Max Reisinger advancing it for Lazarus, right wing side, holds, shoots, scores! Johnny Lazarus has got another one! 3-0 Wildcats. That is Johnny Lazarus' 4th goal of the season and 14th point. That line has just been on fire, folks. Lazarus, Rosa, Albrecht, and when on the power play, Lazarus and Albrecht are joined by Litviak and Max Reisinger. Those two veteran wingers have just about established chemistry with every player they've played with thus far this season. Excellent to have guys like that around, especially on a young team like the Wildcats. Worked his way back to the point as Hutchinson's shot didn't get all the way through. It was blocked and a backhander hit the side of the net. Kappelmaster's out of position. Played into the middle where Goodsir can intercept and skate it back the other way. Here's Nikita Litviak, right wing side, gains the blue line, rattles it off the glass, trickled towards the net. Bolio scoops it up, a touch pass. Partially intercepted by Fornaris. He didn't get all of it and couldn't clear. Litviak holds, he waits, guides it across. Here's a shot, redirected on goal and stopped by Niku. Fired around the half boards, kept in by Russell. Litviak dives and turns, a centering pass. Here's a shot, stopped by Niku on a point-blank try by Adam Goodsir. This game, you'd like me to give you a shout out if you're watching anywhere on fasthockey.com, go ahead and tweet the Wildcats Twitter page a message. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know who you are, and we'll be sure to give you a shout out at some point in this game. Andre Paisan plays it back into the offensive zone. Played around the boards. The 20s converge and Lutz and Paisan as the shot goes through traffic and into the opposite corner. Ryan O'Connor's after it, collides with Paisan in the corner. Yuhiko Saka jars it loose and advances it, but too far for Baker. Kept in, and a shot from Russell is sticked up and out of the rink by the goaltender Niku, who's made his 10th stop of the night. That would be his 11th because he was not on the ice for the goal, the second goal that was scored. Off a Topeka RoadRunners stick. Wraith slams it off the half boards. Preston advances it. The Roadrunners could have a rush here. It's brought down the right wing side by Jennings. He's got Hart. He holds and finds Hart, but it was not in his wheelhouse. He has to turn. Guides it back to Cameras at the blue line. Played it into an empty corner, now occupied by Jennings, who goes down courtesy of Alexi Poikala. Brought the other direction by Reisinger. Gilreath chips it off the boards onto Reisinger's tape. He's centered, and Russell couldn't pull the trigger. He overskated it a bit. Van Wy having to play the puck in his stead at the far point, and now in the neutral zone. He battles for it with the help of Reisinger, but the Roadrunners win it. Cameras will just float this one back into the Wildcat zone and go for a line change. York Russell behind for Gilreath, who nearly coughed it up, but he rescues it. Van Wy trying to bank it off the boards and out to center. Poikala trying to help him do so. Roadrunners once more end up with a puck. Max Harper, right corner, takes it behind the net, defended every step of the way by Poikala. Comes loose, Fornaris jars it back to the point for Brennan, gets the return a bit too far for him. That's Russell, Fornaris centers, Russell shot it. A changeup was blocked out of harm's way by Kappelmaster. Harper guides it back to the neutral zone where Brennan will just shoot it back into the Wildcat zone and go for a change. Rourke Russell has it now. Out to center for Albrecht on his off wing. He advances it for Lazarus. Didn't have any help. All of his teammates were changing, so he lost a handle on it. John O'Connor around the boards. Backhanded into the Wildcat zone. Picked up by Jeff Baum. Stretch pass missed its intended target, Nick Rosa, so icing will be the call against the Cats. 15:24 to go in period 2. 3-0 the score in favor of the Wildcats, with the shots favoring them as well. 13-7. Zone face-off for the Wildcats is won by Topeka. The O'Connors passing it back and forth, and a long shot from John missed the net. Here's Ryan centering, but he missed everybody in sight, including Strong and Fornaris, so it's brought the other way by Michael Rounds, a defenseman who leads the rush, and his shot was blocked and goes up and over the net and into the mesh and out of play, so we get another whistle, stopping play. We're only about a quarter of the way through period 2, and the Wildcats with a 3-0 lead over the Topeka RoadRunners. The last time these two teams met, both teams who won started the game trailing. The Wildcats opened the scoring on opening night. 2 backhand goals. They went up 2-0 very quickly up at the Kansas Expo Center in Topeka. Out to a 2-0 lead, which they would cough up and lose. The game would eventually end 4-3 in the Roadrunners' favor. The following night, the scoring was opened by Carlos Fornaris for Topeka. They led 1-0, not for long, and the Wildcats came back and won that game, so Cats fans hoping the same won't be said tonight, as they're out to a relatively comfortable 3-goal lead here as we slowly approach the midway point of regulation time. Michael Rounds mishandled the puck at the blue line. J.B. Baker advanced it well onto Tyler Hayes' stick. He sidesteps Rounds like he wasn't even there, then slid it through the blue paint, and it missed everything. Adam Goodsir scoops it up for his billet mate Michael Rounds. Austin Beaulieu drops it right back off. Goodsir through the neutral zone, down the right wing side, in across the line, steps into the middle, lost a handle on it, picks it back up and shoots, and it went into the mesh and out of play. 14:24 to go here in period 2. 3-0 the score in favor of the Wildcats. Shots on goal favoring the Cats as well, 13-8. The Wildcats getting set now to take an offensive zone face-off. Dalton at the point, slid it across the ice, goes into the corner. Paisan picks it up and guides it in behind the net. By Jennings, banked off the boards. Its way out to center ice and down. Kapelmaster plays it. He drops it off for Matt Hines. Hines advances it for Jake Dalton. Several players battling for that puck. Burnett ends up with it, banks it off the boards. Overskated by Yeager, picked up by Paisan with Yeager, and he mishandled it. Hutchinson did well to get back into position as Jennings skates it back the other way for Topeka. Had his pocket picked by Yeager. Yeager on the pass. But at center ice. Now 5 players converge right in front of the Wildcats bench, all of them battling for the puck. Finally it's moved, Van Wy for Dalton, Dalton for Hines. Partners for the first time this season. Van Wy steps around a check and put it into the middle off the skate of Poikle, and it bounced wide of the net. Van Wy tied up from behind there by Camrus. Loose puck picked up by Reisinger. He shoots, he scores! Max Reisinger snipes it, blocker side on Niku, and the Cats lead 4-0. Boy, and that is a tough debut. You really got to feel for the Finnish netminder, Juho Niku, on this night, a night in which the Wildcats sticks are all active. They've played incredibly from start to finish and have really outplayed Topeka, and have made it unfair for Niku. The Roadrunners have not played well enough in front of him to keep the shots limited to difficult angles. They've made it way too easy on the Wildcats, who now are off to a very comfortable 4-0 lead. A margin they have not coughed up all season long. We get a whistle here. Tyler Hayes deep in his own zone. It looks like another penalty was called against Rourke Russell, his second penalty of the night. Wildcats have their third opportunity on the Parkway Grill penalty kill. Nikita Litviak chops it back into neutral ice. Here comes Strong, right wing side, drops it off. A shot from Jennings, missed the net wide. Litviak swings it around the end boards. Baum has it and shoots it off the glass, and it goes all the way down. Dropped it off for Tyler Hayes, the alternate captain for Topeka. Work it fourth. Paisan is brought down. Bolio pursuing the puck. Along with Carlos Fornaris. Ends up on the tape of Fornaris. Left wing side. Here's Ryan O'Connor. Like another penalty will be called. High sticking. Or perhaps the puck was only played with a high stick. We'll see here. The Topeka penalty box is open. And Ryan O'Connor skating into it now. So we'll go to 4-on-4 hockey for the next 51 seconds. And then the Wildcats will get an abbreviated Jim Arnold collision power play immediately thereafter. Have to go here in period 2. 4-0 the score. Goals being scored by Austin Albrecht, Ryan Burnett, Johnny Lazarus, and Max Reisinger. Only 14 shots on net for the Wildcats. But just 8 for Topeka. 42 seconds to kill on the Rourke-Russell penalty, after which they'll get a short power play as Van Wy is stopped on a point-blank shot by Niku. Loose puck, guided back to the point. Michael Round steps in, skates it down low in behind the Roadrunners net and banks it off the end boards. Puck chipped off the wall. Hart advancing it for Preston. A bit too far for him. Burnett shrugging him off the puck. Rounds has it now. Rounds through the neutral zone. Shot it off the skate of Gilraith, who negotiates his way into the Topeka zone. Got it in behind the net. Sean Brennan for Tyler Hayes. Now out of the box, and the Wildcats improved to 3 for 3 on the penalty kill. Hayes with a nice pass for Jennings, knocked off his stick by Baum, picked up by Litviak, who finds an open Reisinger right wing side. Reisinger puts on the brakes and holds, guides it across the ice. Jeff Baum has it, blue line. Lazarus now top of the right circle, played it across. Litviak holds, he shoots, fought off by Niku, rolls into the corner. Reisinger has it now. Reisinger looks for somewhere to go. He's tied up. Albrecht picks it up easily, guides it back to Litviak. Litviak across, not in the wheelhouse of Reisinger. Regains possession, Baum. Litviak holds, far circle, steps in, goes down low for Lazarus. Lazarus coming off the corner boards, far circle. Towards Litviak, returns. Lazarus couldn't shoot. Lazarus has it again. Litviak again. Litviak to the front, doesn't have an angle to shoot the puck. Reisinger picks it up, shoots again, blocked. Goes into the far corner. Lazarus again. Lazarus looks. Albrecht. One time's a pass across the ice. It was intended for Litviak. Never got to him. Baum keeps it in at the blue line. Plays it across the ice. Albrecht touched it into the middle where it's picked off. And skated the other direction by J.B. Baker, who missed the net up high with a long shot. It looks like the Wildcats have an extended power play. That must have been a double minor Ryan O'Connor, because they're on the man advantage for another minute and 45 seconds. The puck has just been cleared all the way down in behind Kapelmaster's net. He leaves it. Puck passed too far for Reisinger, went off the linesman, and that worked out very well in favor of the Roadrunners, because Paisan would have had it not gone off the linesman's skates. Popped up in the air. Hiko Saka shot it right into the Wildcats bench. Look out. Will stay in the Roadrunner zone. 8:54 to go in period 2. The Wildcats with a 4-0 lead, and with time yet to work on the Jim Arnold collision power play, their 4th of the night. They're 1 for 3 thus far. Alexi Poikla, Austin Bolio, Andre Paisan, Eric Yeager, and Jake Dalton on the ice for the Wildcats. Chips it back towards Dalton, but it was a bit beyond his reach, so he has to regroup out at center ice. Dalton, Yeager. Chips it ahead, diving down his heart. He fell. Paisan tried to slide it across. Backhanded one off the back of the net. Preston's after it, as is Bolio. John O'Connor sealing off Poikla, and the Roadrunners again are able to clear the puck all the way back down. Less than a minute to go now on this Jim Arnold collision power play. The Wildcats' 4th of the night. Jake Dalton. Right wing side, leads the rush as the lone defenseman on the ice, and he turned it over, and Hart did well to clear it all the way down. The Wildcats making one last change on this Jim Arnold collision power play. Alexi Poikla picks up the puck behind the Wildcats net and deals it off for Rourke-Russell. Russell for Gilreath, left wing side, advanced it a bit too far for Burnett. Camrus whacked it towards the corner boards. Goodsir has it now near half wall, feeds it across for Gilreath, who coughed it up, and the Roadrunners escape out to center with it. Cam Strong, right wing side, shoots, pad save Kapelmaster. Hayes, one-handed, jars it free. Van Wy comes together with Strong, picked up by Russell. As time winds down on the extended Ryan O'Connor penalty, the likes of which the Wildcats failed to convert. Ryan Burnett takes the shot, blocker save by Niku. Follow-up chance, blocked in front by Camrus. And the Roadrunners have done it. They are now 3 for 4 on the penalty kill this evening. Hiko Saka takes a shot, soaked up by Kapelmaster, and he hangs on. 7 minutes and 24 seconds to go in period 2. 4-0 the score in favor of the Wildcats. 18-10 are the shots on goal. And we're going to have our second period media timeout. Offensive zone face-off for the Roadrunners taking place, and Lutz goes into the corner to battle for it, and Rosa just shoots it up and over the glass and into the mesh, so we get another quick stoppage here. And to our listeners and viewers, we apologize on Fast Hockey for the issues you've experienced with the camera this evening. A bit of a transition to finding a new camera person who is willing to work full time. We expect there to be some growing pains in that department, so we again apologize and thank you for your patience. Ryan O'Connor tried to play it in the middle for Lutz, who had his stick checked from behind. O'Connor rather, took a shot, and it was redirected wide, picked up by Lazarus. Lazarus with lots of time. Shoots it out to center, gunned down by Albrecht. He's beaten to it, however, by Ryan Hutchinson. Stolen by Albrecht. He's got a man in Lazarus. Finds him. Lazarus shoots, blocked by number 14, Sean Brennan, as Rounds one-times it from the blue line, and it missed the net wide. Kept in by Hines. He tried to feather it towards the corner. Goodser ends up with it. He had his pocket picked by Russell, who's out with it at center now. Russell is just run into there along the glass in front of the benches, or near the benches, and now a bit of a disagreement ensuing, and understandably so. It was an ugly-looking hit delivered there by Matt Hines right in front of the Wildcats bench. That glass in between the benches, and now both players skating to their respective penalty boxes. Marcus Russell and Matt Hines. Marcus Russell was not on the Roadrunners to start the season, but has come aboard and played 17 games, 8 points in those games, and has established himself as a mainstay for Topeka and Scott Langer's team. Meanwhile, with the penalties offsetting, we remain with 5 skaters aside. Goodser getting kicked from the face-off circle as he's replaced by Austin Beaulieu. Countered by Carlos Fornaris, the latter of whom won it. Coughed up by Cameras, gunned down by Litviak. Litviak steps, shoots, blocked. Litviak again, takes it behind the net, tries to center off the back of the cage. That's not going to work. Cam Strong the other way, down the right wing side. Played it ahead for Fornaris, who guides it softly into the far corner. Gilreath closed off the play by Luca Maver, and what have we here? A hand pass, perhaps? Not sure what instigated that whistle, but the linesman now, Chris Delaney, has escorted a Roadrunner into the penalty box. Not sure who that was, but the faceoff will take place in the Topeka zone to the left of Juho Niku. It looks like the Wildcats will get another chance on the Jim Arnold's Collision power play. They're 1 for 4 on the night, which is right around their average, around 25%. They've hovered around that mark all season long. Lazarus, far half boards, backhand sauced it towards the corner. Litviak is hauled down, and the runners fail to clear, kept in by Baum at the blue line. Baum holds, Reisinger one-times the shot, and it was blocked by John O'Connor. Swung towards the goal line. Albrecht steps in front, centers, and they score. Nikita Litviak in the right place at the right time. He was set up perfectly by Austin Albrecht. It's another power play goal, and the Cats lead 5-0. They're not going to come any easier than that for the veteran winger Nikita Litviak, who has just tied Adam Goodser for the team lead in goals with 8 on the year. That is his 15th point, which ties him for second place in points with Ben Lown. Ben Lown, of course, scratched tonight for the Wildcats. So here's Rourke Russell, sends it rink wide. Max Reisinger played it off the skates of a back-checking Roadrunner. This game now 5-0 in favor of the Wildcats, who have all but put the Roadrunners out of reach. As we are only 3/4 of the way through period 2. Friday night, $5 ticket night. Good to see a healthy crowd here at the K. Yeager Coliseum supporting their red-hot Wichita Falls Wildcats, who have yet to lose on home ice this year. Reisinger backhands one up the sideboards. Yuhiko Saka turns on a dime and goes the other way. Hiko Saka for J.B. Baker, who advanced it around Reisinger, but to no avail. It was turned over to Gilraith. Gilraith played it off the skates of Garrett Van Wy as the puck is fired back into Wildcat territory. Gilraith over skating it. J.B. Baker picks up and lost it. Max Reisinger now, defended by Fornaris, the other 19. Poiklo was hauled down. Gilraith run into by Strong. Poiklo turns, finds Russell. Russell with his head up guides it out to Reisinger, but it missed him and goes all the way down after it bounced off the sideboards. Very difficult name to pronounce. Yuho Niku still in goal for the Topeka Roadrunners. Again, you really have to feel for the young Finnish goaltender. First start in the North American Hockey League in a game like this, never easy. You really can't blame him for hardly any of the goals the Wildcats have scored. They have just really found every opening the Roadrunners have given to them, which has been far too many. You can't not give a team like this the types of chances the Wildcats have had. Eric Yeager will take the face-off in the far circle on your screen as he's countered by Matt Jennings. Walking the line is Hines, and his shot was redirected and batted down. Picked up by John O'Connor, advanced into neutral ice, too far for Hart, but Preston picked it up and gave it away. Hines, Dalton, playing together for the first time this season on a defensive pair. Dalton, the young defenseman out of Saginaw, Michigan, and Matt Hines out of Minnetonka, Minnesota. Shot it off the stick of Quinn Preston. Eric Yeager back checking. Pressured by Preston, and what have we? The official, Michael Zalkman's got his hand in the air, and it looks like he's signaling a cross check to Eric Yeager. 26 in white heading to the Wildcats penalty box. His first game back after the upper body injury. Yeager's going to have a seat, and once again the Wildcats go to work. They're 3 for 3 on the Parkway Grill penalty kill here this evening, and they've got a fourth chance. Adam Goodsir, Nikita Litviak, Jeff Baum, and Michael Rounds on the ice to take the draw. Goodsir wins it. His billet mate Rounds trying to advance it back to him. Baum jars it loose, but to the wrong guy. Lutz has it, tried to center. Bowery's there. He falls down. Litviak doesn't. He picks it up left wing side and skates it the other way. Michael Rounds is onside, puts on the brakes, tried to return for Litviak. It was at his glove. He has to recover, guides it onto the back. Rounds holds, he shoots with Goodsir screening, but it was blocked by Cam Strong. And the Roadrunners once again in full control. Austin Beaulieu swapping for Nikita Litviak. The Parkway Grill penalty kill. Tyler Hayes lost it. A weak shot from Strong missed the net. Michael Rounds. Puck. Cam Strong could, however, but he was sealed off by Baum. Loose puck corralled by Jennings. Jennings backhands one, fought off down there by Kappelmaster, who had the paddle down. Bowery swings it to the outside. Hayes fakes the slap shot, holds. Hiko Saka, fresh off the bench, delays, returns for Hayes. He pulls the trigger, blocked by Beaulieu. And it goes off the mesh in behind Kappelmaster's net, and we get another whistle stopping play. Russell, Noah Gilraith, Garrett Van Wy, and Max Reisinger on the ice for the penalty killing unit now. Yuhiko Saka, Matt Jennings, Carlos Fornaris, Ryan O'Connor, and John O'Connor on the ice for Topeka. The O'Connor's Ryan DeJohn, a centering attempt, didn't work out. Fanning on the one-timer there was Yuhiko Saka. Brought the other direction by the other number 9, Garrett Van Wy. One-handed into the middle, nearly tapped home by Reisinger, but it just missed his stick. As Fornaris skates it back the other way with a full head of steam. Carlos Fornaris into the Wildcat zone, takes it behind Kapellmaster's net. Lost a handle on the puck due to Noah Gilraith's poke check, and the puck ends up out of play once again, I believe, so we get another whistle. A minute 48 to go in period 2. 5-0 Wildcats. Shots favoring the Cats as well, 19-10. Just 21 seconds remain on the Eric Yeager cross-checking penalty. And now Nick Rosa and Johnny Lazarus take the ice for Coach LaFontaine and the Cats. Penalty kill, and with Nick Rosa on the ice right now, I'd like to give a shout out to Todd and Lori Rosa watching from their home in Birmingham, Michigan. Thank you very much, Todd and Lori, for your support that you've given us. We really appreciate it, and thanks for tuning in to Wildcats Hockey, brought to you by Armored Roofing. Nick Rosa has really had an incredible season thus far for Coach LaFontaine and the Cats, as Kapellmaster's down. A mad scramble ensuing. A long shot was blocked by Lazarus. Yeager's out of the box. Skates it down the left wing side. Rosa to the net. Yeager holds. Tried to drop it off for Lazarus. And Rosa tried to center for him as well. Hines played it into the corner. Rosa's got it now. He turns. He waits. Backhands it towards the corner. Knocked away off Lazarus' stick. And Cameras in control now for Topeka. Lutz got it out to center, but no further. Albrecht and Rosa in the attacking zone. Albrecht the shot, loose puck, rolls just wide. Rosa tried to set up Albrecht, far circle. Picked up instead by Maver, who got it ahead and just over the line. So Wildcats decided not to play on the delayed offside. And Rosa's line going to the bench. And as I was saying about Nick Rosa, an incredible season for him up till now. I know that's the case for a lot of the guys dressed in white this evening. They've all had, for the most part, all had incredible years. Most of them have had the best seasons of their young careers thus far. Many of you may not remember, in the first game this season, Nick Rosa was scratched. He did not play. He played one game in the Topeka series, and it was as a right winger. He was moved to center in game 2 against this very team. He came back and got a goal and an assist. Proved his worth to this team as a very responsible and hard-working two-way center for Coach LaFontaine, and that's certainly the way he played up at Brother Rice High School in Michigan. The team that he captained state championship in his senior year. Meanwhile, second period action brought to you by American Classifieds has just come to an end here at the KYC. We're going to take a short break and bring you an intermission report, as well as an interview from Wildcats leading goal scorer Adam Goodsir. All that and more coming your way in just a few short moments. Wildcats 5, RoadRunners 0. Second intermission is now underway.